Want to add something?
Also,
Thank you,
I
Barak.
just want to remind that there are a few hundreds of refugees still in the open facility that are on hunger strike now. Because not
Oh, they're
everyone,
in hunger strike.
Yes, they are on hunger strike since Friday. They're cooperating the Sudanese and Eritrean prisoners. And they're also protesting for their freedom, and not everyone had the physical and mental strength to start marching out to nowhere. They don't even know where they're going and when they're going to be arrested again and where they're going to be taken. So I just want to remind that there are many people that are doing courageous struggle now for their freedom and protesting for the right to be free, but it is also for the right to be accepted as refugees and to get the rights as refugees, because Israel is refusing to recognize these people as
Israel is denying from actually examining it like any other normal country.
Yes.
There are normal countries. Tamar, you walked with them today.
Yes.
I mean, could you describe maybe a bit about the feelings? I mean, your feelings, and also if you talked with people. I mean, how did they, how do they refer to what they're doing?
I have somewhat of a language barrier. I don't speak Arabic, and most of the people here Arabic is their only language. So I did not have a chance to speak with many people. But with one that I spoke with, he looked very tired, and I asked him, "Are you tired?" And he said to me, "No." And so I asked if do you have the fire of freedom alight in your heart, and he says,
amazing.
as he understood. So I think this is really this kind of very deep fuel that takes people out on their feet to do something like this. And the vibe was very quiet and very focused, determined today. But also I could see that people were physically weak. Many people were walking without shoes.
Many of them came here limping.
Yes, they're in poor physical condition. Most of these people have been in jail for the past 2 years in very poor conditions, without any knowledge of what's going to happen with them in the future, because the state keeps making promises and breaking them. Like they say they're going to be released soon, or that, and it never happens. And then when the big change comes, they find themselves in yet another jail. So the frustration came up to here. But
and maybe we should
was very quiet and very focused and determined. It seemed like they're just going to make it to where they're going to. My own feelings were I take part in many popular struggles, and I don't remember ever like feeling like this. It felt like birth of a very pure struggle for freedom, combined with a humanitarian crisis. And usually these things happen separately. You have like humanitarian crisis, people are like in a crisis, or people going out to struggle and they have like this. And here there was a mix of both, and my whole heart, soul, mind was just bubbling over. I don't have many words to describe the feeling. The image that came up in my mind was like actually the people of Israel marching in the desert for 40 years for their freedom. And as we were walking in the Negev, which is a special place in the land today, also because of the Povel struggle, and how this connects us again to the land. So with them also I felt like part of the human race marching with freedom.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. I mean, when I saw them, it brought tears into my eyes. They're so heroes.
Cried. We came out with the car. Gali that took us in her car, she started crying, and I had tears coming up. It's like I see people like breaking out crying.